So you've just modded your PlayStation Vita. Congratulations. If you have not modded your PlayStation Vita and are on the fence as to whether or not you should do so, I'll put a link to my tutorial on how to fully mod the PlayStation Vita in the description below. But if you followed my tutorial or a tutorial similar to mine, you have the Homebrew store already installed on your PlayStation Vita. Today I want to talk about a few utilities and homebrew applications that you can install on your PlayStation Vita right after you mod it. This isn't necessarily a must-have list, but this is a very good starting point if you're new to the modded Vita scene. So go ahead and click on Vita Homebrew browser. It's going to take you to a blank screen, and honestly sometimes this thing can take a while to load. There have been some occasions where I've waited upwards of 2 minutes for it to load up. Just be patient with it, and it should boot up shortly. Once it fully boots up, you'll notice at the top of the screen, you'll see a few different tabs. You'll see new games, ports, emulators, and utilities. Depending on what you're looking for, you should be able to find everything you need up here. And there's also a search tab as well. In the emulators tab, that's where you're going to find all of your retro gaming emulation. Everything from NES all the way up to N64, you should be able to find in here. Installing most of the emulators is a pretty straightforward process, but some of them require a few additional steps. I'll probably make a follow-up video to this one where I'll go more in depth as to what emulators I like to run on the PlayStation Vita. First things first, head over to the Utilities tab and download Adrenaline. This is one of the absolute best features of having a modded Vita. What Adrenaline does is basically installs a PSP directly onto your console, essentially turning your Vita into a 2-in-1. You have all of the features of the PS Vita as well as the PlayStation Portable. All PSP games, minis, homebrews, and other features that were available on that console all run on Adrenaline. And I have to say, if you have one of the older OLED model PS Vitas, it makes PSP games look so good. Now I want to go over some of my favorite homebrews that you can find right here on the Vita Homebrew browser. Up first is Duck Hunt Remake. This is exactly as the title states. It's a remake of the original Duck Hunt that came out for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Instead of the NES Zapper, you use the joystick to aim this crosshair. Personally, I think it would have been a lot of fun to incorporate the touchscreen, allowing you to quickly tap the ducks. But nonetheless, it's a great reimagining and looks absolutely gorgeous on the PlayStation Vita's display. Up next is The Hallway, which is a complete remake of PT, the absolutely terrifying playable trailer to Silent Hills that got canceled by Konami last minute. I'm sure most of you guys remember, PT was removed from the PlayStation Network and just kind of fell into obscurity. Well, now you can relive all that terrifying glory with this excellently made homebrew. Up next is Super Console Wars, a really fun and wacky side-scrolling run and gun that doesn't take itself serious at all. It's challenging, funny, and the game actually lets you play as Miyamoto, using a Nintendo Switch as a gun while receiving power-ups from John Wick. Yeah, the game is that crazy, but it's a hell of a lot of fun, and if you have a modded PS Vita, you should definitely check it out. Super Mario War was my absolute favorite homebrew on the original PSP, and it's available to download and install on the Vita Homebrew browser. This game is an intense battle royale where you play as a variety of different Mario characters, all trying to eliminate each other by jumping on each other's heads. The goal is simple, but the gameplay is intense and a lot of fun. If you missed out on playing Super Mario War on the PSP, or you just want to relive it on the PlayStation Vita, I highly recommend installing it. You won't regret it. Vita Fighters is basically a mashup of a bunch of different fighting games. They got characters from a bunch of different franchises, and the graphics look like it was made in Minecraft. The gameplay is choppy, the hit detection is out of whack, and sometimes you'll actually experience slowdown. Despite all that, this game still manages to be fun as hell, and you'll easily lose track of time while playing it. Zombiebound is basically Call of Duty Zombies, made into a homebrew application. It follows the same gameplay and principles as COD Zombies, small environments, hordes of zombies, and different guns to purchase by accumulating points. Nothing extraordinarily different, but a ton of fun all the same. Doom Vita basically takes enemies and weapons from Doom 2016 and puts them all in a horde-style open arena. There's not really an objective other than surviving the horde, but it does a pretty good job replicating the Doom 2016 gameplay formula. Now finally, and what I'm sure most of you guys have been waiting for, let's head over to the Utilities tab. Here you'll find a bunch of different tools and utilities that can completely alter your experience while playing the console. Everything from custom startup screens to alternative media centers, you'll find all in the Utilities tab. And of course, the app that most of you guys are curious about, pKGJ, can be found in the Utilities tab also. So that's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. There's so much more that you can do with a modded PlayStation Vita. Like I previously stated, I'll probably do a follow-up video where I'll go more in depth as to what kind of emulators this console can play and how to set them up. But in the meantime, you guys should definitely check out the homebrews and applications I talked about in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.